Hello, everybody. Welcome to Happiness Habits. This is happiness coach Cyril Joseph. In this video, we will be talking about different state of being like joy, zen, happiness, and our different levels of consciousness, which is our higher self, our authentic self, our inner voice, etc.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Happiness Habits, the online haven that fosters genuine happiness and well being. Today, we're delving into the rich terrain of various states of being joy, happiness, higher self, and our authentic self. This video session aims to guide you toward a profound understanding of these states and their connection to our inner voice. Let's begin this journey of self discovery and empowerment together.
We start with our ego, which is absolutely essential for our survival. Our ego ensures we are safe, we are secure, and we work towards our goals. The ego is not a negative thing, but it is a tool that helps us to live a more rich and fulfilling life.
The ego, often vilified, is a critical tool for survival. It's the part of us that keeps us safe, secure, and motivated toward our goals, ensuring we lead a life filled with purpose. The ego is not inherently negative, but rather a resource that aids in flourishing and thriving.
However, sometimes our ego goes into autopilot and it cannot disassociate between illusion and reality, and it will continuously keep repeating patterns and reacting to triggers which are not necessarily a threat, or it will hamper our goals.
The ego can sometimes become fixated on autopilot, unable to distinguish between illusion and reality, leading to repeated patterns and reactions to triggers that may not pose an actual threat. This repetition and reactivity can hinder our progress and disrupt our efforts to achieve goals.
Therefore, once our basic survival needs are met, after that, we have to cultivate higher states of being like joy, zen, and compassion into our lives and actively suppress our ego in order to achieve these higher states.
Once our basic needs are fulfilled, it's crucial to focus on cultivating higher states of being like joy, zen, and compassion. This requires actively working to suppress the ego and move beyond its influence to attain these elevated vibrations.
Now, when we suppress our ego, it does not mean to completely destroy it. What it means is to use it as a tool to harness our powers so that we can have a balance between our needs for survival, which is paying our bills, taking care of our body, taking care of our health, and then the rest of the energy we divert it towards our higher states of being, which is kindness, gratitude, appreciation, compassion, etc.
You're absolutely right. Suppressing the ego doesn't mean completely destroying it. Rather, it means leveraging the ego as a tool to manage our material needs. Once we meet those, we can redirect our energy and focus towards cultivating higher states of being, such as kindness, gratitude, appreciation, and compassion. Balancing our ego's practical uses with these elevated states leads to a more fulfilling life.
How can we increase all these higher states of being into our life? How can we raise our vibrations? And how can we practice these fabulous, amazing emotions?
To increase higher states of being into our lives, we can actively work to raise our vibrations by consistently focusing on positive thoughts, gratitude, and compassion. Practicing mindfulness and meditation, especially techniques like loving kindness meditation, can effectively integrate these emotions into our daily lives. Consistently nurturing these states through practice will help us gradually experience a richer and more fulfilling life.
That is so true. Forgiveness is one of the important tools that helps us to release a lot of suppressed energy, which can then be used towards fulfilling our goals and reaching our milestones.
You hit the nail on the head. Forgiveness is indeed a critical tool that assists in releasing suppressed energy, freeing up our focus and energy to channel towards achieving our goals and realizing our full potential. By letting go of past grievances and practicing forgiveness, we create space for progress and growth.
When we hold on to negative feelings of anger or pride, these just simply prevents us from experiencing the higher states of being, which then causes more chaos in our life and gives us unexpected events and circumstances. Instead, if we can shift into appreciation and gratitude, that will then have a more pleasant feelings in our life and helps us to grow and achieve our goals more effectively and efficiently.
Absolutely, you're spot on. Holding on to negative emotions like anger and pride can hinder us from experiencing higher states of being, leading to chaos and unexpected challenges. Shifting to appreciation and gratitude not only fosters a joyful atmosphere, but also enables us to reach our goals more effectively by reducing stress and increasing our clarity and focus.
How can we avoid pitfalls like euphoria or high risk activities like taking some chemicals to induce higher state of being, which is not recommended?
As tempting as it may seem, it's crucial to avoid shortcuts like euphoria inducing substances or risky behaviors to reach higher states of being. While they may offer a fleeting sense of elevation, they come with potential dangers and are not sustainable solutions for achieving a lasting sense of fulfillment or mindfulness. Instead, it's recommended to practice mindfulness, meditation, and self reflection to naturally and safely nurture higher states of consciousness. This will foster long term well being without resorting to harmful substances or activities.
Ultimately, people are looking for happiness and joy. How can we do our part in spreading happiness and joy to everyone?
Indeed, the pursuit of happiness and joy is a universal desire. To spread happiness and joy, we can start by cultivating these qualities within ourselves first. Practicing compassion, expressing gratitude, and spreading positivity in our interactions with others create a ripple effect, uplifting those around us. Small acts of kindness, active listening, and offering support can go a long way in making others feel valued and happy. By consistently embodying happiness and sharing it with others, we can contribute to a more joyous and supportive world.
Why do we look for external validations instead of seeking happiness within? Why is it so important for us to have some kind of external recognition instead of simply just being happy with what we have achieved and what we have?
There's a fundamental human desire for external validation and recognition. Perhaps it's rooted in a search for acceptance and a sense of belonging. Often we forget to focus on internal happiness and derive satisfaction solely from our own progress and achievements. Society's messaging often pushes us to seek external accolades, making us overlook the joy that comes from simply being content with what we have and what we've accomplished. It's a valuable lesson to practice self validation, finding joy within, and not depending entirely on external approval for our happiness.
What can we do to accept ourselves more fully and not try to change who we are?
To accept ourselves more fully, it's essential to cultivate self acceptance by focusing on our positive qualities, practicing self compassion, and forgiving our shortcomings. Challenge negative self criticism, set realistic expectations, and acknowledge that growth is a journey, not a destination. By embracing our uniqueness and being mindful of our thoughts, we can foster a deeper sense of self acceptance and not feel the constant need to change who we are.
How can we hold on to higher states of being like Zen and joy or courage and acceptance?
To maintain higher states of being like Zen and joy, courage, and acceptance, it's important to continuously nurture these states through mindfulness, meditation, and self reflection. Practicing gratitude and expressing compassion towards oneself and others can help strengthen these higher states. Additionally, setting intentions and affirmations can serve as a reminder to stay in these positive states Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals and environments that encourage these states can further help us hold on to them.
Why is it when we are entangled in negative emotions, it creates a vicious cycle and we find it difficult to step out of it? Why is it that nations find it difficult to create peace with their neighbors?
When we're caught up in negative emotions, we get trapped in a cycle, making it hard to break free. This is because negative emotions tend to reinforce each other, creating a vicious spiral. Similarly, nations find it challenging to establish peace with their neighbors due to lingering negative emotions and past grievances, which perpetuate cycles of conflict and aggression.
How can we do our part in creating more global harmony?
To do our part in creating global harmony, we can start by cultivating empathy and understanding towards people from diverse backgrounds and cultures. Encouraging open dialogue and communication, even in the face of differing opinions, can help foster unity and break down barriers. Supporting initiatives that promote fair and equitable policies, both locally and globally, can contribute to a more balanced and inclusive world. And of course, simply treating each person with respect, kindness, and compassion, regardless of their nationality or beliefs, can have a ripple effect in creating a more harmonious global community.
Why is it important to have a vegetarian diet and avoid such meat products that help us to keep our higher state of being? What is the connection over here?
There is a belief that a vegetarian diet can contribute to a higher state of being by reducing the consumption of animal products, which is seen as promoting non violence and mindfulness of the interconnectedness of living beings. Many spiritual and philosophical traditions view vegetarianism as a way to cultivate empathy and compassion towards all living creatures. Additionally, the energy or vibration associated with vegetarian foods is believed to be more aligned with higher states of consciousness. However, the connection between diet and higher states of being is a complex and subjective topic, and individual beliefs and experiences may vary.
That is so true. Growing up, I used to eat meat, but once I started practicing meditation, I gave up meat. And for the past 15 to 18 years, I have not indulged in any meat products. And I'm very happy with the progress that I have made.
It's wonderful to hear about your journey and the positive impact removing meat products from your diet has had on your life. Often, personal experiences and spiritual practices can lead to significant changes in our habits and perspectives. It's beautiful that you have found that adopting a vegetarian lifestyle has been beneficial for you and your well being. Keep up the amazing progress.
Can you summarize what we have discussed so far and give details about these higher states of beings?
Of course, throughout our discussion, we have touched upon various higher states of being, such as joy, zen, appreciation, gratitude, and compassion. These states represent elevated levels of consciousness that aim to cultivate positive emotions, foster mindfulness, and enhance our overall well being. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, self reflection, and cultivating a compassionate attitude can help us tap into these states and integrate them into our daily lives. By nurturing these states, we can experience greater joy, inner peace, and a heightened sense of connection with ourselves and others.
Thank you so much for this conversation. Please visit our website at www.happinesshabits.coach and continue to spread happiness and joy to everyone around you through your actions, through your smile, and through your words.
It was my pleasure engaging in this discussion with you. I'll definitely check out the website at www.happinesshabits.coach and support the mission to spread happiness and joy. Together, we can make a positive impact through our actions, smiles, and words. Wishing you continued success and happiness.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Thank you for engaging in this conversation. Wishing you all the best.